Hello there! Welcome back to my channel. So, this is the deck you may or may not have been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. We have got the budget Summon Skull deck of 2020. So, the new ban list is out, which means it's a Summon Skull deck for the September format, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, we may as well get straight into it. So first off, we've got Summon Skull, just like last time. Heart and Soul of the deck, 2500 beer, vanilla, 6-star, dark, fiend, amazing. It's great. We use it to go into the fusion monsters, so this is once again a fusion variant. We also play the Exceed monster. We don't use the Synchro in this build, and we don't use the Ritual monster. So, moving on from Summon Skull, we've got one copy of Archfiend Commander. So this monster is brilliant for tributing over monsters to special summon back from the grave. That allows you to go straight into Archfiend's Ascent. It's also useful for destroying Cavalry, which we play one of, and that allows you to special summon any Archfiend from the grave other than itself. So we could bring back Manifestation if we decide to summon it that way. We could bring back a Summon Skull and go into another play from there. Now, September format, we have a Sir Malebranche of the Burning Abyss. Actually, we've got two Sir Malebranche of the Burning Abyss. Being a Burning Abyss monster, if you control no spells or traps, special summon it straight to the field, so long as there are no other non-Burning Abyss monsters on the field, otherwise it dies. So we play two of it, so that allows us to special summon both if we draw both of them, and that can go into a link play. It's a very versatile monster. Just to carry on with the Burning Abyss engine, so it's quite small, so we also play one Farfa, so this allows to banish in a pinch. It's also useful for special summoning itself, so it's never a dead card when you draw it, to be honest. We play two Graff, Malebranche of the Burning Abyss. So this monster's great for being able to special summon Burning Abyss monsters from the deck if it's sent to the graveyard. It's amazing. So being at 2, this and Sir, means the consistency of this deck is fairly good. You can summon Burning Abyss to go into Dante, and then that allows you to recycle and keep your board presence. Or you can go into an Anaconda and go into Manifestation from there, or even both, depending on how many of them that you draw, so long as you figure out which order you're going to do things in. Then we play one Scarm, so this is useful for being able to summon Tour Guide, or we can use it to go into Anaconda or Dante, right? Then we play two Fiendish Rhino Warriors, so just like the last deck, it's a very good card for Fiends. You can just dump Fiends into the grave. It's also very useful for Burning Abyss cards, because we can summon Burning Abyss without fear of them being destroyed, thanks to Rhino Warrior's effect. So it's a perfect little synergy that we've got going on there. And they're all level 3, so they're all usable by Tour Guide of the Underworld. Speaking of Tour Guide, play 1, 2, and you know what? It's party time. 3, ladies and gentlemen. The good old ban list has come to the rescue. So 3, Tour Guide of the Underworld. As you know, let's just special summon any level 3 fiend from the hand or deck. Pretty much all of our monsters are level 3, so we can go into the Burning Abyss cards, we can go into Rhino Warrior. Usually you probably want to go into Rhino Warrior, so then you can dump Heiress and that will search your Summon Skull, or whatever else you might want to search. Very good card. Being at 3 helps the consistency quite a lot. For hand traps, we just play 3 Ash Blossom, so that helps just generic protection. And that is all of the monsters. So that's 22 monsters in the deck, and now we move on to the spells. So we play 3 Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is useful because we play multiple copies of a whole range of cards in this deck. So banishing 1 or 2, you know, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference, so it's fine. So 3 Allure. Then we play 2 Polymerization, of course, so you can go into Archfiend's Manifestation. It's pitchable through Verte Anaconda as well, so quite cool. We play 1 Rank Up Magic Astral Force. So we only play 1 of this because it might clog. However, when you do draw it, you can use its effect to turn Archfiend's Ascent into the rank 8 Exceed monster, Duo Dawn King Kali Yuga. So it's mainly for winning the game at this point. Once you summon it, it negates everything else on the field. Your opponent can't really activate stuff in response. So it's just a great 3500 beta to pretty much end the game with. And it's also got an effect where it can destroy all the spell and trap cards on the field. Then we play 1 Upstart Goblin. This is a budget build. We need pretty much all the consistency we can get. So 1 Upstart just helps us burn through your resources just a bit quicker. Play 1 Terraforming because we play the field spell Fusion Recycling Plant. So this card is really useful for, obviously, fusion summoning. You can search Polymerization straight from the deck. It's also particularly useful because once you activate that, you can then recycle one of the resources that you used. So that could be Summon Skull, or you can bring back the likes of Archfiend Heiress, and then you can get its effect the following turn. So all in all, it's a pretty useful card, and it helps just speed up bringing out Manifestation as quickly as possible. Then we play a Foolish Burial, because it's a combo starter. You can dump Fiendish Rhino Warrior into the grave, you can dump Heiress, and then you can search Summon Skull. Or if you've got a Cavalry, you might want to search Commander, for example. So, great card. We play one Monster Reborn just because it is a beatdown deck and we want to be able to get out as much power as possible. So you can bring out an Archfiend's Manifestation, Monster Reborn the Summon Skull straight onto the field. You've got 2-3k attack monsters straight away. We play one Twin Twisters. It's got the discard effect, so we can dump the likes of a Burning Abyss monster, we can dump a Rhino Warrior, and we have a lot of them in the deck, so it's actually live fairly often. And then we can get rid of that pesky back row, which tends to be a pretty big issue. However, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the September ban list, if you're feeling lucky, you may substitute Twin Twisters for our very own Harpy's Feather Duster. Now that it's back at 1, you can just play that, just obliterate their side of the field, and you can summon your manifestations and then just swing for game. Just assert your dominance right there. Play the Harpy's Feather Duster and happy days. So we're still on the spells, we only have 2 more, and that's 2 falling down. So obviously, one of the most broken cards in an Archfiend deck that you can possibly run. We only run 2 of them because 3 does get a bit cloggy. So you can't search it, but no one really wants to have 3 in their opening hand, and you have no other resources that you can use. So just 2 of them. And then finally, for the traps, we just play 2. So we play 1 Archfiend's Roar, so that just helps for their extra beatdown potential during the battle phase. Attack for a bunch of damage, play this card, bring back another monster, and then swing for game effectively. It's also searchable with Heiress, so if you do need that extra stall, you can pitch Heiress, search Roar, set it, summon Heiress back, and then get its effect again. And then we play 1 Necrofusion, and this just allows you to use the resources in your grave just a little bit further and bring out another Archfiend's Manifestation. So that is the main deck. Now we're going to move on to the extra deck. So obviously 3 Archfiend's Manifestation, the boss monster of the deck, if you will. Great card, just boosts all of the attack of your Summon Skulls by 500, it can float into a Summon Skull as well. Then we play 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Considering the amount of darks that we can get onto the field at any given time, we also have the opportunity to go into Starving Venom if we don't have access to our Summon Skull. And then that's all the fusions. If we move on to the Exceed monsters, we have a Dante, so Burning Abyss cards, you may as well play a Dante just to keep up that board. You can also mill cards, aiding your plays just a bit further. We play 1 Archfiend's Ascent, so it's fairly easy to get out with Commander and Cavalry. We also play, as another rank 6, number 39 Utopia Beyond. So this card is brilliant because it reduces the attack of all your opponent's monsters to 0. Now that is particularly useful because a lot of people are playing Dragoon these days. So bringing this thing out is going to reduce all their attacks to 0, and then you just beat over it, and job done. The most annoying thing about Dragoon is when they have their negate and it turns into a 4k attack monster. It's not pretty, it's not nice, it's not clever. Then our final Exceed monster is Duodorn King Kali Yuga, as alluded to before. 3500 attack monster, skill drains everything, swing for game. Job done. And then for the Link monsters, we play 2 Predaplant Verti Anaconda. So this card allows you obviously to pitch your Polymerization, Special Summon, Archfiend's Manifestation. Brilliant card, very easy to get out, just 2 effect monsters. We play 1 Nightmare Cerberus and 1 Nightmare Phoenix, just for spell and trap and monster removal. However, we don't really go into them, but you know, the option's there, it's available to you. Then we play 1 Bujinki Ahashima. This card, right, this card allows you to get a monster from your hand and grave that are the same level, bring them onto the field, and then Exceed summon into something else. So that's a straight away, that's a Dante, or straight away it's a Archfiend's Ascent. Then, if they discard a material, you get to destroy a spell trap card on the field. It's a very interesting card. It's very good. And then finally, the last few extra deck cards are kind of up to you. So in this deck, I just play Boral Sword and Axis Code Talker just for like the OTK playmaking potential. I kind of never go into them, so you could just sub these out for whatever you like. I just want to have the link for there, but you could use Wee Witch's Apprentice for the extra attack buff. You could probably use Union Carrier if you've got the budget. You could also play Cherubini as well. That's fairly decent, being able to pitch more Burning Abyss cards. You can also play Beatrice and the Dante Pilgrim fusion monster as well. So you have those options. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Summon Skull budget build for the September 2020 format. So I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. If you're interested in more Archfiend related duels, reviews, builds, then feel free to have a browse of the channel. Give this video a like if you enjoyed the content, and if you want to see more of this sort of thing, then please subscribe as well, as it helps a lot. And if you want to be notified, then also hit the bell icon as well. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you around.